Title: Vice Streets. Chapter 1. Welcome to Neon Paradise. The plane landed under a burning orange sunset. The city below shimmered like a neon paradise. Skyscrapers glowing, palm trees lining the boulevards, and the ocean sparkling under the last rays of light. Ray Morales stepped out of the terminal, adjusting his leather jacket. He wasn't here for a vacation. He was here to take back what was stolen. Ray had spent 8 years in Liberty Penitentiary for a crime he didn't commit. While he rotted behind bars, his old crew moved south to Vice Shores, a city where cash flowed like champagne and bullets rained like confetti. Ray wasn't bitter. He was focused. Someone set him up, and now he was going to find out who. A shiny red cheetah pulled up at the curb. Behind the wheel sat Rico, an old friend with a new gold chain and an attitude to match. Ray Morales. Rico grinned. Man, you look good for someone who's been eating prison meatloaf. Cut the jokes, Ray said, tossing his duffel in the back seat. What's the situation? Rico revved the engine, and the car roared down Ocean Drive, past bikini-clad tourists and neon-lit hotels. Situation? The city's a gold mine. Drugs, guns, clubs, everything. But the sharks own the ocean now. You want to swim? You gotta bite. Ray looked out at the glowing skyline. Then let's start biting. Chapter 2. First Blood. Rico took Ray to an old safe house in Little Havana. It smelled of cigars and gun oil. Inside were stacks of cash, crates of weapons, and 2 guys cleaning pistols. Meet Tito and Manny, Rico said. They handle muscle for me. Ray nodded, scanning the room. It felt like home. For a moment, he almost smiled. Listen, Rico said, lighting a cigar. There's a deal tonight. Colombians moving coke through the marina. I want you there. Show the boys you still got it. Ray smirked. You know me, Rico. I never lost it. The marina was a jungle of luxury yachts and speedboats. Ray and the crew rolled in with Uzis tucked under their shirts. The Colombians were already there, unloading crates. Their leader, a man in a white suit and gold watch, smiled as they approached. Señores, he said, opening his arms. Business is good, no? It was smooth until it wasn't. Out of nowhere, headlights flashed and bullets ripped through the night. Vice Shores PD, or maybe a rival gang, stormed the docks. Ray dove behind a crate, firing bursts from his Uzi. Screams, gunfire, blood splattering the water. Move! Ray yelled, grabbing the coke and dragging Rico toward a speedboat. They gunned the engine, roaring into the black waves as the marina burned behind them. Rico laughed like a madman. Damn, Ray! You still got it! Ray just stared at the city lights on the horizon. Somebody knew about that deal. Somebody talked. Chapter 3. Climbing the ladder, word spread fast. Ray Morales was back. Small-time hustlers wanted in. Big-time players wanted him dead. Rico set him up with side jobs, collecting debts, stealing cars, knocking out rival dealers. The usual dirty work. But Ray wasn't here to be a street thug. He wanted control. One night, at a rooftop bar overlooking the ocean, Rico introduced him to Don Vincenzo, an Italian kingpin with a smile sharp enough to cut glass. I heard about you, Vincenzo said, sipping champagne. You're loyal, efficient. That's rare in this city. I'm whatever I need to be, Ray replied. Vincenzo laughed. Good answer. I have a job. A Cuban gang's been cutting into my territory. I want their leader Javier Cruz gone. Ray accepted. He hit Cruz during a street festival, bullets flying through fireworks and salsa music. The kill made headlines. Vincenzo was pleased, but Ray noticed something. Every job pulled him deeper. Every favor chained him tighter. He wasn't a free man. He was a pawn in someone else's game. Chapter 4. The Betrayal Weeks. Later, Ray finally got a lead on who framed him 8 years ago. The name hit like a bullet. Rico. It didn't make sense at first. Rico had been his brother, his blood. but the pieces fit. Rico took over while Ray was inside. Rico made the calls. Rico had everything Ray lost. Ray confronted him in the safe house. The air was thick with smoke and silence. "You set me up," Ray said, voice low. Rico didn't deny it. He just grinned that same cocky grin. "You were getting too big, Ray. I had to survive." Ray's fists clenched. "You took 8 years of my life and gave you a second chance," Rico shot back. "Look around: money, power, women. You think you'd have that without me?" Ray didn't answer. He just walked out, heart pounding. The city suddenly felt colder. Chapter 5. Blood on the Beach. Ray didn't plan revenge overnight. He built it piece by piece, taking over rackets, winning allies, cutting Rico off from every dollar and bullet. The city turned into a chessboard, and Ray was done playing pawns. The final showdown came at Vice Beach, under a blazing neon sign that read Paradise Club. Rico rolled up with his men, armed to the teeth. Ray was waiting. "You really think you can take me?" Rico laughed, stepping out of his car. Ray cocked his shotgun. "I don't think. I know." The beach erupted in gunfire. Palm trees shredded by bullets. Cars exploding like fireworks. Tourists screaming and scattering as the sand turned red. Ray moved like a ghost, dropping Rico's men one by one. Finally, it was just the two of them, standing under the flickering neon glow. "You are my brother," Ray said. "And you are my mistake?" Rico sneered, pulling the trigger. Click. Empty. Ray didn't hesitate. One blast. Rico hit the sand, eyes wide with disbelief. The sound of waves swallowed his last breath. Epilogue. King of Vice weeks later. The city belonged to Ray Morales. Clubs, docks, streets, all his. The newspapers called him a businessman. The cops called him a criminal. Ray didn't care. He sat on a balcony overlooking the ocean, cigar in hand, the neon skyline stretching before him like a kingdom. This was Vice Shores, and he was the king.